Sleeper fantasy picks for the NBA Finals. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Austin. This is the Sports Stage. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On this channel, we do daily free picks every single day, mostly every single day. Sometimes I don't have time to do it. I do have a life outside of this that just takes up my time sometimes. Got a full family, got a full-time job and another part-time job because I coach football on the side of my full-time job. Anyways, let's get right into the picks, guys. Today we're going to be doing these on Sleeper. Sleeper is my favorite app right now. You all know that if you watch my videos. If you don't have the Sleeper app, I'm going to leave a code down here at the bottom of the screen, code worldwide. That gets you up to $100 on your first deposit. Don't miss out on that free money. Take advantage of every single dollar you can get out of these apps. A lot of them, almost all of them, do some type of welcome bonus. So take advantage of that free money, guys. Recap of yesterday. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know right now I am on a colossal, terrible, bad streak right now. If that makes any sense how I just said that. Lost the free pick yesterday in hockey. That is, I believe, 3 straight free picks that did not cash. I did cash a free pick yesterday. We'll talk about that. But the YouTube video I put out yesterday, the free pick did not cash. We had Vander Kane going for over 1.5 shots on goal. He didn't take a single shot on goal in Stanley Cup Finals Game 1. And we also had Evan Rodriguez over 1.5 shots on goal. He did hit for us, but we're getting unlucky. If you guys have seen all the picks I put out, if you're a VIP member and you subscribe to my free picks or watch these videos, or if you watch the videos plus subscribe to VIP is how I meant to say that, you see that the picks themselves are hitting. But it's always the ones that are missing are they're in different slips, costing us the slip itself. So the picks are hitting, the system's working. Right now I've just been getting a little unlucky on these free picks, and the one that misses has been in the free slip, costing us that entire slip. So we're gonna get back on track today. NBA Finals Game 2 is tonight. We're gonna get back on track with that and win us a free pick. All right, I hate losing. I'm done with it. I put in a lot of time this morning. It's 7:30 right now. I've been up since 5:30 trying to find these picks. 2 hours I spent trying to find these picks for you guys, diving in, researching, looking at lines, looking at movement of lines, looking at stats and analytics, and trusting the AI algorithm, trusting my process, trusting my system. If you're with me and you believe in it, let's get to it. The middle bet, before I get going. Yesterday, I put out a middle bet. Ren Nelson, under 3.5 strikeouts, over 3.5 strikeouts for Gavin. That one on Chalkboard did hit for us. On Sleeper, didn't hit, but that's why we middled it. Took it on Sleeper as over 2.5 for, took it as over 2.5 for Nelson, under 4.5 for Gavin on the strikeout lines. Wagered more on Chalkboard than Sleeper just because of the odds and the likely to hit. You go less on the lower odds and you go more on the easier odds for us to win. I did that. Chalkboard hit. Chalkboard paid us $200. In the end, we profited $125 on that middle. The Chalkboard side hit, which is actually the better one for us to hit. So I do like fantasy middles. The hard part about me giving you those fantasy middles is they change like that. If you don't jump on them right away, they change. Yesterday, I actually had time to find the middle, make a full video, and put it out, and the pick was still there. So that's rare because they do change pretty quick. Because usually the app that is causing the middle notices, oh, we're behind the 8 ball. Our line is way off of everybody else's line. Let's change this. Anyways, we hit the middle pick. I'll see if I can find another middle today. I do have a busy day. I'm leaving town. I won't be back until Wednesday, so I will probably not be able to make full videos. If I do, it's not going to be with this nice system. It's going to be on a cheap webcam on the one that actually comes with the MacBook in a hotel room. I got a work conference I got to go to. Let's get right into the picks, guys. We're going to go with Sleeper, like I said. Here's the Sleeper desktop app here, and this is all going to be done in the NBA for game 2 of the NBA Finals. If you want, I'm not going to put this one on here because I want to do it as a $100 play. This has a max entry of $10. That's an easy win. Jason Tatum to score 1 point. It's a good special from Sleeper right now. Throw that in there if you want, if $10 is what you're going to bet. I'm not going to do this on this particular pick. I may throw that in with a bigger play with 5 or 6 picks later on. But for this particular pick, I'm not throwing it in. Do what you want with it. It's a guaranteed hit, right? The only way he's not going to get that is if he gets injured, and then the pick's not going to count anyways. But let's get right to it. Kristaps Porzingis is our first pick, and the points line is the line that we're going with. That's the points category. More than 15.5 points. Kristaps Porzingis is back. He missed a lot of time. As you guys know, he got hurt down in that Miami series, but he's back. He got a lot of rest with those days off because the Celtics beat the Heat so quickly. So right now you can see 91% of the people in the public are taking the over. 8% are taking less than. So get on this as fast as you can before that line gets adjusted. I don't know for sure if it's going to adjust, but I wouldn't be surprised if they bump that up to 16.5 points. But let's go over here and dive into his points stats real quick. So we got Porzingis on the points, 15.5. Let's move me up here so you guys can actually see the charts up down there. You can see right here, guys, most of the time Porzingis is going over. The odds right now for him to go over is -120. So we're getting pretty good odds on him going over, and it's not crazy where like it's -200 or something where we're not actually it's not gonna be worth taking that pick because the odds are just too favorable for him to do it. He's still getting minus odds to go under as well. I think don't quote me on this because I don't know. I'm not a line maker, right? But my guess would be that there's still minus odds on the under because he's recently back from injury and we haven't seen him do anything consistently yet, whether it's good or bad for this line since he came back from that injury. He did get 20 points in his first game back, which is good for us since we're taking it over. It does show he's still got it. He's back, he's healthy, and he's willing to put up shots and get points again. So that injury isn't affecting him, I don't think, based on his game 1 performance back against Dallas, first game back. So he's been over it 60% of the time in his last 10. Let's look at his full season, though. I just wanted to take a peek at the entire season's chart. So 74% of the time throughout the season, he's been over it. The last 10, 60%. Last 5, 60%. It's a little harder to read his chart because he missed so much time due to that injury. There were some games that he actually missed. But Porzingis himself, the games that he has played, he's hitting this more times than he isn't. 74% on the season. That's a lot. That's a very high percentage for us. That makes this pick very worthwhile and makes me like it a lot. Especially seeing in game 1, putting up 20 points shows that he, like I said earlier, he is back, ready to perform like he did before the injury. We're going to scroll down here. Minutes averaging 26.4. He didn't get as many minutes in game 1. I'm guessing that's because they wanted to manage that injury, manage his time back. 20 minutes, still put up 20 points. So if he gets more minutes than that and plays like he did in game 1, we can expect nothing less than more than 20 points, right? Just based on game 1. Down here, guys, look, I wanted to show you real quick his field goal attempts. He put up 13 shots in game 1. That shows that he's part of the game plan. They're not shying away from getting him involved when he's out there. So he only played 20 minutes, put up 13 shots, and got 20 points. That's extremely efficient. If that continues throughout the rest of the series, I'm going to be hammering Kristaps Porzingis on the points if they don't change this line. 15.5, I think personally, is way too low based on his full season and his game 1 stats. The books must be projecting that he's not going to repeat that efficiency if he's playing at 20 minutes in game 2. Hopefully he plays a little more than 20 minutes and makes it a little easier so he doesn't have to be as efficient. But if he is that efficient and he plays more minutes, guys, we're gonna crush this line. I'm saying Porzingis puts up over 20 points again. That's my personal prediction. That's all I got for that pick. Let's move into the next one. So Porzingis locked in. That's on our slip. Okay, next one we're gonna go over to. Sorry, we're staying with the points line, and we're gonna go with his teammate down here, Peyton Pritchard. Over 3.5 points. This line is ridiculously low. All right. Peyton Pritchard, I'll show you his chart and stats, and we'll go over it here in a second. But I think this is way too low for Pritchard, even based on his game 1 results. Right now, public 87% is taking more, 12% is taking less. This is another line that could adjust because it's looking like a lot of people are in agreement with me. 3.5 is just so low for a guy like Peyton Pritchard, who could put up 25 to 30 on any given night. Depends on his minutes and how everybody else is playing, but nonetheless, he could. So here's a little look at Peyton Pritchard's last 10 games. You can see, guys, for a while there, he was putting up over 10 points a game. We actually took him, I don't remember what day it was, but I did take him over 10.5 points, and he hit it for us. It was one of these games. Can't remember exactly which one it was. But last 10 games, 80% over this line, that 3.5 line. I mean, that's only 2 buckets, or a bucket and 2 free throws, or a 3-pointer and a free throw. You guys know basketball. Do the math there. The odds here are minus 148 to go over, plus 116 to go under. So it's way more likely that he's going to go over on this pick. But because we're pairing it on a daily fantasy app, we're still going to get good value here. I wanted to show you guys some more, a little bit deeper dive down here though. Minutes. This is why he didn't get as many points, I believe, in his last few games. So you see here he went 2, 5, and 0 because of the minutes decline. Over here he was getting a lot of minutes, and he went 14 minutes, 9 minutes, and 15 minutes. That's the 2, the 5, and the 0. Down here, these 9 minutes is actually when he covered it out of these last 3 games. Even if he gets 15 minutes, and he doesn't get back up here where he's playing 25, 22, these type of minutes, if he gets 15 minutes tonight, there is no way Peyton Pritchard is being held under 4 points. It's just no way. The guy is just too dynamic of a scorer. If he's out there for 15 minutes for 2 games in a row, there's no way he's not dropping at least 1 3-pointer or taking some free throws. I just think this line is way too low based on his last 10 games. And I want to look at his whole season. I haven't actually looked at it yet myself. But yeah, 76% of the time he's over it on the season. So this here is kind of an anomaly where he put up over almost 40 points. He's not going to do that every single game. We can't expect that of him, but that does show you he's capable of scoring like that. You got a guy that is capable of almost putting up 40 points a game, and you're setting his line at 3.5. Regardless of his minutes that he gets tonight, he's going over 3.5. This one is as close to a lock as I can ever imagine. So take the over on Pritchard, even if you don't like these other picks that I'm giving you. The Pritchard pick should be a hands-down lock. So that's enough about Peyton Pritchard. We're taking that over. Put that one on your slip. And then the last one, guys, we're going to go over here to a Mavericks player now, because we do have to include a player from both teams on our slip for it to be valid. So right here, Derek Jones, 3-pointers made. It's at half a 3-pointer right now. All he has to do is make one. We're taking more. Look at his last 4 games here. He's been over that. And on the season, let's just go. I'll show you guys a little deeper dive here on Derek Jones. And excuse me, I'm being kind of quiet. My kids are watching a movie in the background, so that's why I'm trying to talk so quietly, and because I have my mic turned way down so it doesn't pick up the movie sound back there. So let's look at Derek Jones' chart on the whole season and recently. So his last 10 games, he's hit this 7 out of those games. You can see he's capable of putting up 4 3-pointers a game, but more times than not, he's right around the 1-2 3-pointer line. He didn't make it against OKC here or either game against Minnesota here, but most games he is putting up at least 1 3-pointer and making them. Now, when I say putting up a 3-pointer, I mean actually converting on the 3-pointers, not just throwing them up, if that makes sense. So here's his 3-point chart with his attempts combined, and you can get a little better look here. So in these games that he didn't hit, he still took 3 attempts in 2 of them, and he only took 2 attempts in 1 of them. Most of the time, he's right around that 2-3 attempts line. When he's taking more attempts, he's making more. Outside of this little anomaly here where he missed 4. But last game he shot 2, made 1. Before that, shot 2, made 1. He actually is a fairly decent 3-point shooter when it comes to 3-point percentage. 45% is his overall field goal percentage, but 3-pointers, his percentage is at 41%. That's a really good 3-point percentage. Now, if you don't watch basketball or have never looked at a basketball stat, you're like, that's an F minus, right? But in terms of 3-point shooting, 41% is a good 3-point percentage. So he's shooting 50% over the last 2 games. This I don't think is going to happen where he shoots 100% on from the line or from the 3-point line. If he does, great. We're going to hit this pick. let's look at his whole season real quick before we go and finalize that and lock it in. 60% of the time, he's hitting at least one three-pointer. Last 10, it's at 70%. Last 5, it's at 80%. You guys know 55% is an edge, and that's what I like to see. Anything over that is better for us. 60% is great. 80% is what we call a lock, right? There's never, ever going to be a pick that is a for sure lock. So when I say lock, and when anybody tells you it's a lock, there is a chance it's going to miss, right? Don't buy into that stuff where it's like, oh, guaranteed pick. I hate when people say on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it may be, these are guaranteed to hit. It's bullshit. Don't listen to that stuff. Nothing is guaranteed, but we can get as close to guaranteed as we can. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not going to lie to you and say this is a guaranteed lock. Nonetheless, this is as close to a guaranteed lock like that Pritchard pick that we're going to find based on his whole season and his last 10 games. Derek Jones is putting up a three-pointer tonight for us. So that one is locked in. Guys, here's your slip. Porzingis over 15.5, Peyton Pritchard over 3.5 points, and Derek Jones over half a three-pointer made. That slip gives us a $394 payout on a $100 bet. I use $100. Easy numbers to show you guys. Do your math from there. If you're a $10 guy, $10, $39.40. If you're a $10 or less person, and that's your unit, you're not playing more than $10. 100% throw this Jason Tatum pick in. I'll show you what that does to your slip. Makes it go way up. $10 wins you 69 now instead of that 40. What was it? 47. Oh, sorry, 39. So $39 payout turns into a $69 payout, and it's a guaranteed hit. It's a half a point. So throw that in there if you're doing $10 or less, because, and I say that because right here you can see it's only up to $10 on the entry. You can't put $1,000 on it. Sleeper's not that dumb. They're not going to give us that kind of an easy win and get rich off of them. They do still want to make money off of us, regardless of how good of the picks we're getting. Nonetheless, guys, there is your slip. If you like these videos, if you like my picks, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all my picks. It'll ding your phone and let you know exactly when I put out a video so you can go lock these in before the lines adjust and the lines move. We want to get these picks in where I put them out. That's why I'm putting them out, because the lines are good for us to win. Good odds, good payouts. More importantly, good percentage to actually hit and actually win for us. So there's your NBA Finals Game 2 slip, guys. Like I said, like I always say, I appreciate any support I can get from you guys. I'm doing this for you. Like I said, 2 hours I put in trying to find winning picks because I'm sick of losing. I don't like going multiple days in a row where we lose picks. I don't like going any day where we lose picks, but it happens. It is sports betting. These ones are going to hit for us tonight. We're going to win. We're going to cash out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.